word.
The final word.
Final indeed. Mama said.
Feel different.
The final
Every week is a new.
word.
The final word.
I ain't never seen week one like this.
Man, we always wait till
They
week
must have heard what
78,
we
75. Oh. Mike McCarthy might have
show
some
we did-
imprints on something.
Last show we did over 10,000 views, man. Y'all killing it, man.
No, that's y'all. That's you, Law. That's you
wait.
and Boss. I'm just holding up the back end. But y'all the forefront. Feel me? I'm the OG.
You got it too.
So all together, what we did about 15,000.
Shoot, war. If I
Yeah,
got the
that's on the
Facebook and beyond.
YouTube. You right. That's it.
The
I ain't
final
mad at that.
word.
I ain't mad at that, man.
Y'all keep supporting the nation, but I need to Final see word. those like buttons being smashed.
True.
Yes, like, share,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
On everybody's
Rob,
channel too.
Batman, Jacob Lavers,
Everyone.
Pee Wee, Marvin. What's up with everybody? We've been waiting for this final
The
word.
final word.
Yeah,
The
we're
final
gonna wait
word.
for this final word.
The
We got some good
word.
Let
final
them
words.
wait.
You feel
Final
me?
word.
No, this is
The
real,
final
man.
word.
Cowboy
The
Nation know
final
what's
word.
up.
The final word.
Cowboy Nation know this
Final
different.
word.
They do.
It's, yeah. I mean, Gambino, Peter.
Yup, I see my boy B
What's up
Rob
with
C
everybody?
in the house. Mm-hmm.
The final
See
word.
y'all coming on in the building, man. What's up, man? We getting ready to get started. But no, this is different, man.
Get it.
This is
This is
different.
You
I'm
know,
gonna start the show off
um,
and prove it that this is way different than anything I've ever seen. Way
Yeah.
different, for real.
did a call-in show. When we were doing the call-in show, had all 5 people. We were all like, I was just like, it just feels something different. I don't know what it is. Just felt different, and
Final
here it
word.
is. It's more different.
Let's talk
Different is
about what's
good.
different. Big.
Different is fresh.
Big. Are they throwing players under the bus this year?
No.
Nope. You know what? To me, they're being quiet.
Right.
Remember how they always used to talk?
quiet.
You know, remember how they used to always talk?
The final word.
Yup.
Now they shutting up.
They shedding up, bro.
Ain't that's what we want them to do? Look. We used to, when they ask a question, they give us the answer. Now they're quiet, but we frustrated. No, we not supposed to show our hand. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be quiet. We're supposed to show you something else,
Right.
right? That's what we're supposed to do.
The final word.
The final word.
It's almost like
the final
they really kind of put their
word.
head down and
The
say, all right,
final
man, we
word.
made our money. Let's show
The
them we know how to
final word.
run this
The
football
final
team.
word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where they putting all their
final
energy on football. This is different, man. This is different. Hey, man, this dude George Booney, man. This is special, man. George Booney is a San Fran fan, and he say we are his favorite show.
There it is.
That's dope, man.
That's real, though.
Final word.
Damn. What that
I knew it was coming.
One more time, Law. One more time. The whole thing, Law. The whole thing.
Give a whole
Damn.
Okay.
Damn!
There it is.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's kick it off, man.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
On the OC. Let's see OC in the house. Yeah. OC on his way.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Yoga fire.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Yeah. Count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change to the safe. Got blues inside. Rings and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer going to it. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
All right, man.
That was fire. That was fire. How you was putting that together. Yo got flame.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was putting that to the beat. What's up, OC? We got OC.
What's
in
up,
the house, man.
OC? What's up, OC? How you doing?
Salute, man. How you doing?
Yeah, OC.
Okay, so I want to show y'all something real quick. Man, I thought I had it set up, man. OC, first, we ain't never heard from you on this Brandon Cooks, man. I need you to elaborate for a second on that.
Yeah, man. So Brandon Cook, by the way, salute to you, Boss Cowboy, in terms of your following tea leaves and predictive analysis. You called this thing, man. You called it, man. So I got to give you your credit. I want to give you your flowers first of all. Yeah, Brandon Cook, fantastic addition to this football team. He's a bona fide, number 1A, 1B type receiver, and he'll be a definite number 2 for us. He's been a good receiver on just some bad squads, man. And for us, man, we already looked at the tape. He can run the deep routes. He can run the intermediate routes. He's tough. He can block. He does everything that you want to see. Yes, he has a little bit on him in terms of what you would think that a receiver, that would be ideal. But I look at it as maturity, man. The guy's still fast. He's explosive. He can score. I mean, he does everything that you want to see. So, man, I'm happy to have him, man. Great pickup by the Cowboys. Cowboys are changing my mind. The Cowboys are doing some things different. The Cowboys are trying to play in terms of this free agency the way they can play, let me put it that way, in order to try to win. And I like what I'm seeing so far.
Wait. See, I don't know if I want you on the bandwagon quite yet, dog. Oh, no.
Yeah, I am. And I'll tell you why. Because what they're doing right now strategically is shoring up weaknesses on this team through free agencies and are creating depth. So what that's doing is it's setting you up for the draft to take best player available and to be able to want everybody but not necessarily need anything except for offensive line. So remember that phrase, want everything but don't necessarily need anyone. So I like what they're doing in terms of the setup.
Okay. So I'm going to show y'all something real quick, man. We got to talk about this. All right. So here we go. And then we're going to go kick it off with Big. So, I've been talking about Jerry greater than Howard, right? Now, this is from JC, a Philly content creator. He said, let me put the camera on me. He said, ain't gonna lie, but Dallas surprisingly doing a great job retaining players and signing key pieces this offseason. Looked like Jerry was upset about them Eagles making it to the Super Bowl, and I said, watch this. And I said, say it with me. Jerry is greater than Howard. All right, so and then Lord Brunson. These are notorious Cowboy haters. And he said, boss, very savvy. y'all got a B+ so far. Don't be telling nobody I said that. Man, what's your thoughts on that, Big?
I don't know what they saying, big dog. I'm gonna keep it real. It's all good. I mean, that's good what they're saying, but it's about what we seeing. You know what I mean?
True.
It's about
but
what
when
we
the
seeing,
enemy, when the ops,
right,
are giving us props,
but sometimes people like to do that for clout too. I ain't saying they are.
You think that's
clout?
You think that's clout?
Sometimes it could.
It could be clout.
I don't never know them sides. You feel me? So I ain't gonna really hype up that side over there like that.
Right.
That's good that they said it. That's what's up. But at the end of the day, from the Cowboys' perspective and from all our perspectives, You know, this is a man like OC said. I think the best thing to me, what I heard OC said was, what I was feeling myself was, you don't want to have to go into the draft feeling like you got needs. When you go into the draft feeling like needs, you kind of overdraft. You kind of overthink things. When your pick comes, you kind of maybe you think too much because you feeling like you got to fill a need. Well, you can go into the draft clear-minded, like they can go in now, because you got a solid receiver. You got a speed guy. You got a number 2 corner. You can still draft because, you know, he's a stopgap, but he's a great stopgap. You get what I'm saying? You can still draft a corner. Now you can look at the offensive line. You picked up an offensive lineman in the cut. You got a running back. Even though you can still draft all those positions, now you don't sit there and feel like, well, I got to get a running back in the first round now. Oh, I got to get a receiver. Oh, I got to get you can mix and match. You can do how once, and like OC said, the BPA is going to be huge. You can look past the first 4 rounds where you can BPA, and that's going to be a luxury for the Cowboys. You could maybe dangle and wheel and deal. You never know what can happen, especially thoughts in the thinking pattern is what I've been seeing as of late.
So, Law, what's your thoughts on seeing all that love and adulation from Philly?
Yeah, so they are informants anyway. You know what I mean? They are out to seek all of the information and run back to their people. I'm not trusting Lord Bronson nor the other kid, JC.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I looked around, I saw there's 2 JCs, and they kind of look alike. There's a JC Cowboy and there's a JC Eagles guy. So now I don't know, you know what I mean? And Lord Bronson said, come on, man, I know what they trying to do. You know, they trying to put out those things so that next time I talk to them, they going to lay, hey, we gave y'all positive report and all of that stuff. I would tell you this, Jerry Jones is still doing Jerry Jones things. I like what they are doing in this particular matter. We asked the Cowboy front office, we don't want to see multiple moves. We're looking for 1 or 2. And they gave us 2. They gave us Gilly. They gave us Brandon Cooks. And on top of that, let me put this out there for the record. We still haven't made any moves in free agency. We just signing our guys, right? So it goes back into, hey, making sure you do your homework and understand the terrain. But let me say this too, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that's listening. When the Brandon Cooks deal came out, I originally didn't get a chance to be privy to all of the information. I jumped out there. Yes, the deal was $26 million when it first hit because I jumped out there too. So, and I was basing the Brandon Cooks information off of what was given to me from Twitter, right? $26 million. He had then got down to $20 million. And then before you know it, everybody will hit me up. Law, you're wrong, baby. You're wrong. It's $12 million. And then all of a sudden, after the 3-4 hour video, it was $12 million. Just yesterday, y'all, the Jones family been in their bag because now he only counts $6 million against the book and $4 million for his cash available to him for this season. Look, the Jones family been in their bag. B-A-J. They been in that thing, man. Finagle and finesse. Y'all can put that down in the chat. Man, my goodness. Shout out to them. Kudos and credence because the Brandon Cooks deal looks better and better, just like wine. It's getting better at time.
It is getting better, man, with time. So, listen, man, let's go back to that real quick, if you don't mind. Before we do that, though, OC, me and you got to talk. Me and you first.
Okay. Oh, they want this right quick. Damn! That's what they want to go ahead.
Is Jerry better than Howard?
Man, you want to start that? As of now, no. As of now, no. As of now, no. See, because you pushed too far. Because you pushed too far, man. You pushed too far. You come in here and you want to put me on the spot and ask me, is Jerry better than Howie? And all that nonsense. Look, man, get to the Super Bowl, man. All right, just we can move on with further questions, man. Get to the Super Bowl, bro. I mean, that's all. Okay, get to the NFC Championship, bro. Then come back and ask me that question. All right. I mean, other than that, this is the off season now. There's no football games that will be played right now, man. You know, let's not be trite.
Man. Ooh, OC, you got a small island, maybe a peninsula, or even smaller. They said Jerry Jones is a Hall of Famer.
right?
How not?
Ooh.
Man, listen, I
I mean, we
appreciate
get
everybody's
OC.
sentiment.
I got your back. I got your back, OC. Now listen, no, daggone well, we know Jerry's a Hall of Famer, and we understand the pressure that how he has to do, because if he don't, he's gonna be fired. I told you the average lifespan of an NFL G 2.5 years, so they gotta have pressure and make trades. He happened to flip it, and he did it. He got to a Super Bowl. He got to a couple Super Bowls. So right now, he balling as a GM. We can't hate on that and say he not. So just because Jerry stepped up and did this, that don't mean like Jerry all of a sudden the greatest GM in the world. That's just saying, guess what? Just like Mike Brown switched up for them Bengals, maybe that old age might be saying, hey, I'm getting a little bit too old. I gotta start letting go. So maybe that could be happening too.
Oh man, see, I hate to do it to y'all. See, and James, I didn't even want you to jump in this, bro. I want see, but because you jumped in, you gotta take man, you gotta take this L too, bro.
Go ahead.
If you jump in, you gotta take the L too, bro. So here we go. Let me just set the record straight.
Give me the L. Give me the L.
Let's just this is gonna be so easy too. Damn.
Go ahead.
All right, so the Cowboys get on a redo trade an A grade. So why y'all still over there loving on y'all some Howie?
Ain't nobody loving. Stop that.
No, wait. I'm telling you the truth, bro. I'm telling you the truth.
You go into love. See, you stop that
embellishment. Talking about we loving on Howie. We're giving an objective opinion. We're giving you an objective opinion.
You stupid.
Objective as hell, bro.
Objective. He gonna fight everybody, man.
You stupid.
Boss gonna fight. Boss, you Snow. You need to have that damn. You need to have that damn video of Snow pulling out of the sword. You know what I'm saying? And willing to fight everybody.
I swear I'm gonna fight everybody.
Boss gonna be willing to fight
everybody. I'm gonna fight everybody, anybody on this.
He ain't gonna let it go, man.
I ain't gonna let it go. I'm sick of hearing about Howie. So y'all, okay, so y'all ain't gonna let me talk. So y'all ain't gonna let me talk. That's what y'all doing. Is that what we doing? So y'all seeing the headlines. Y'all want to dodge this.
Boss, how much Jerry paying you over there, man?
Jerry ain't paying me nothing, but I would get on Jerry payroll for free. How about that? So check this out.
Jerry send me some, man.
I would get on Jerry payroll for free on this subject. That Jerry is greater than Howard.
Can I say one quick thing? And I'm look, one quick thing. Look, Clebo makes a fantastic comment, okay? And he says something that I couldn't even say it better. He says that Jerry Jones is not a Hall of Famer because of his GM skills. He's a Hall of Famer because of his ownership.
Yeah. Ooh, that's some real stuff right there, though.
That was good. I know the perfect button for that.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Here we go.
Yeah. And my second button for that is. Okay. So how we getting all this love? But the whole time,
Special K is good too. You are the John Wick of Cowboys content creators, boss. You are the John Wick. You are the fight and try to kill everybody. Everybody trying to kill you. You want to fight every single soul. You the John Wick, trying to kill people with pencils and all that stuff. That's absolutely true, man. Shout out to you, Special K. That's right. He is acting like John Wick.
Statement.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what? This is the thing, though. If we can get anything from this, Jerry should know that right now he will get all of the credit. Just let Will McClay continue to do this, and Will is the money man. Because I don't think that Jerry Jones is in there with a pen to paper. But I get with what you're saying, boss. Hey, management 101, all of y'all, I believe all of y'all got a business degree almost. Yeah. It is getting work done through others. Right. So Jerry Jones should be looking at this and saying, man, look at the fruits of my labor. I'm getting the credit, even though I didn't pick up the phone to call Chuma. I didn't pick up the phone to call Stephon Gilmore. I didn't pick up the phone to call Brandon Cooks, but I get it, y'all. I get it. So shout out to Jerry Jones, man, and his son. They getting all of the credit now, and they deserve the blame when it's time for the blame too, boss, right?
Facts. So
Right.
let me
So
see.
good.
Let me just execute my homies, my friends, Big and the OC. I don't mean to do this to y'all, bro, but y'all deserve it.
Oh my
Here we
gosh.
go.
You deserve it, bro. All right, so this the deal.
Okay.
The Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones is better than Howard. Because I always said this, and it's coming to pass right in our eyes. Philly last year basically went all in to keep up.
Yeah.
So, Big, you got a son. I got sons, right? We both have sons.
Mm-hmm.
Have your son ever tested you when they was real, real young?
Yeah, a
The
little
OC,
bit. Not
have your
cra-
sons
not-
ever
not
tested
too
you
much.
when you was real, real? Okay, but Big was like, I wasn't the one. They never tried me.
Well,
So,
yeah, they tested me recently, actually. Yeah, that's true.
okay,
Yeah,
so, but
the
as
older.
the dad, you know you can get with your sons at any time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I see Philly. Philly was our sons, and they went all in and tried to keep up with Daddy. And what Daddy did is Daddy was holding them by the head like, son, okay, stop, okay? And they were swinging, you know what I mean? But in the end, we had to sun them because we showing them through our strategy and through this offseason that when we get even a little bit serious, we run away from Philly. So, and when you go look at the carnage that's already happening over there, they losing their best players. We are signing our best players, and this is our middle strategy. This is not even the Dallas Cowboys all in. So what if we went all in? We would really, really, really sun them. So y'all don't submit yet?
Okay.
Y'all don't submit
Nope,
yet?
I gotta come back. I gotta come back for that. Can I speak on that?
Of course.
So I think you're saying, but what is the reason why they're getting aggressive like this now? Because Howie and them did start doing that and putting pressure on them to step their game up and go that route. So if Howie and them never did it, maybe they sit on, we're gonna take our time and do it our way. Now it seems like there's a little bit more pressure because you got a GM over there in Philly that they keep talking about and won't about saying, oh, he's been in the 2 Super Bowls. He's doing this, he's doing that. They didn't hear it. So maybe now they flex. And maybe our flex is bigger than their flex. That is a fact. But if it wasn't for him, maybe they don't put the fire underneath their heels.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and rock with you on that. Let me just go with that and say that you're right. Even though that's a clear assumption, I'm going to say you right on that. All right, cool. And I bet there's some degree of truth in that too. But I would say this too. That still says that we better. Because once they put just a little bit fire under us, we lapping them. That's my whole point, is that we was always better. Yeah. So I think it's time for everybody to submit to that, man, on the cool. So switching to this, because we clearly won that debate. That was easy.
No, you didn't. That comeback was just fabulous. Had you thinking. Mine was all messed up.
So now we're
Mine was
taking a
messed up.
current look at our free agent class. All right, so this is the free agent move so far up to date. So first of all, let's go around the circle. We go ask, starting with you, Lau. What grade would you give week 1 of free agency and why?
And you big on these grades.
Yeah.
You big.
And why? We want to know why too.
Yeah,
Lau.
why? You know, last week I gave it incomplete, but you said that wasn't sufficient. I got to give a grade. Certification won't work or
Nope.
any other grade.
Got a grade.
So, B.
Okay.
Now, here's the why. Here's
Okay.
the why. Here's the why.
Mm-hmm.
We signed our own guys. We haven't made any free agent moves until today, right? We got Chuma and then we got Ronald Jones, but everybody else been in-house. Now, that is different as far as free agency versus trade. Now, granted, there are off-season moves for what they've done as far as a free agent being more aggressive and willing and dealing with the trade aspect, getting Brandon Cooks for a 5th round, getting Stephon Gilmore for a 5th round, I would have to give their off-season move for those 2 guys an A+++.
Ooh.
See, that's how I look at it.
I think that's very balanced too. Cause so what you just did, let me make sure I understand you correctly. On the trades, you separated that.
Right.
And on that, you're giving them an A+. All right, so
A++. Yep.
All right, OC. What's your grade and why? Okay, he froze. Big, what's your grade and why?
My grade is going to be an overall B+.
What?
And
Ooh, so
And
I love it. Keep going.
and I'm at B+, and the main reason why I don't give it an A.
My bad. Go ahead. That just shocked me. I wasn't expecting that.
The only reason why I don't give it a the reason why I give it a B+ is only reason why I don't give it an A is because the age of Gilmore and Cooks. That's the only reason, because you're not getting a prime Gilmore now. Am I hating on Gilmore? No, but he is 33 years old. Remember, we wanted him like a couple years ago, and we got him now. He's still a very good player, super clean how he plays, but he is older. Brandon Cooks is 29, so that's the only reason why I give it a B+. I mean, from keeping it from a overall, it's still like you just got the offensive lineman. That's good. Maybe you want to get another one. I think you could have looked at 2 of those. You're still looking for the interior. It maybe goes to an A because I'm hearing now Jonathan Hankins is about to get signed. That's what I'm hearing. So if you sign Jonathan Hankins, I have to move it to an A probably then, because, you know, I've been wanting him back. I've been wanting him for a while.
Yeah.
He showed up the way we wanted, right? He played the way we wanted. And if you really look at it, fellas, not to hog it up, but if you look, I heard the front office say that they wanted to lean on defense, right? So to me, what they did was, if you re-sign Hankins, which that's probably going to happen, you already brought back Fowler, you re-signed LVE, you re-signed Donovan Wilson, and you brought in Stephon Gilmore. I mean, that's some real. I mean, like I said, we can get the front office, and when we say stuff, right, boss, we've always said this. We'll get on the front office if we feel like we just want you to make a few moves. We like what you're doing, but we just want you to make a few moves. But when you make those, we definitely got to give you the props. We can't be in the haterism and say, "Oh, well, you didn't do this."
Yeah.
You feel me? No, you got to say, yes. Do I still call them baby nuts? Yes, but they might be dropping a little bit. You feel me? They might be dropping a little bit. You feel me? Maybe he might be drinking some milk. I know y'all got that little thing. He drinking some milk. So maybe that's happening. And, you know, like I said, maybe some pressure from the outside sources.
Man,
but I want to say one last thing, boss. I want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Mike McCarthy effect is there too, because I've been saying this since that 2020 draft picks, free agency. They went out and got guys. Remember 2020 with McCoy and Poe, and they traded for Everson Griffith. They Clinton Dix, Fowler, and now these guys. But I think he's got to have a hand on it because they got rid of the favorite son too. So I feel like they're saying, here, we got rid of the favorite son for you. This wasn't our decision. We wanted him. That's your decision. Now we're going to give you everything you want. So make it happen.
All right, so while we waiting on the OC, I don't know what happened to OC. I'm going to go around the circle again. I'm going to give my grade too. My grade right now is A-. Now, Law, I'm going to come right back to you. We can go around the circle. I'm going to add to that question. All right, so your original grade was what? B+?
B, and then A+
for trades. A+ for trades. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that grade too. I think that's very balanced. Now, what would move you, because this is just the first week of free agency, what would move your grade from a B+ to an A+?
Okay, well, two holes that can be filled in. I'm still leaning on the defensive side. We get a guy that you can put down inside as far as the interior. If they bring in Jonathan Hankins, if they fool around and find a guy, big boy that they can plug inside, that can help alleviate some of the pressure for Michael Parsons, and also help out LVE from the linebackers perspective, then that is a plus for me if we can figure that out. And on top of that, they got one more move. If they could go out there and snag a Bobby Wagner, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. Do you bring back Anthony Barr, or do you have to wait to see whether or not any of these younger LBs can step up and bring it to the table? I think that you bring him on aboard. He already knows the system like the back of his hand. And on top of that, even for what Big Game James said about Stephon Gilmore, his age or what have you, this is the reason why I really not worried about that as far as Gilmore, because he's only getting paid $8 million, right? And look how everything works. His DB play was better than Jalen Ramsey last year, according to PFF and beyond. So I'm looking at it like this. It's up to West Coast when I was live with him. Did you remember how they played prime on defense from a strategy, and how Bill Belichick used his defense? He would put his best DB on the second wide receiver, right? And then would have the other DB to control the number one wide receiver with help rolled over the top. Now we can do that right here in the house. We can literally put Stephon Gilmore on your DB. And then you can have my guy Trey Biggs on the second DB with help roll coverage, and boom, it can go crazy for us. And we all know that their front is going to be nasty and get to the quarterback. This season can be dynamite. Only thing that we need is big boy down inside and maybe an LB like a Bob, and I'll give us an A+ across the board.
Big. What would change your grade from what you say a B+? What would change it to an A+?
I think if we get two big boys, if they get Jonathan Hankins, and I've been thinking about Ashawn Robinson. He's another big boy, 6'4", 330, and you know his average is like around 8. He didn't, but I think you could probably squeeze that number down with him if he's coming to a team. He's not that old. I think he's like 27 years old. You got two big boys in the trenches. That would get me to an A+ right there. Now you really cooking. And I know Law mentioned Bobby Wagner. I would love that, but it would get me even more excited if I got two dogs down there, because that's what's really going to solidify, help your linebackers as a whole, period. And even it can just help you all the way how you want to do your defense. You already solidified your back end. You got all three of your safeties back. You added a top corner. You still got an uptick guy in Darren Bland and Izzy Mukamu, so you feel good on the back end. You got young linebackers, but if you got that front, that makes those young linebackers play even better.
Damn, my boy said two D linemen. I feel you on that A. Robinson though. I feel you.
You better get him before the Giants do.
Yeah, because I also just broke down his tape, so I was.
I like him.
Yeah, I was expecting. I ain't gonna lie, Big. I was expecting. Yeah, he got and see,
and he can play inside and outside.
Right
at 330.
Now he done on the outside at defensive end. He done. I don't see nothing happening over there but some solid containment. Right, no real pass.
What about y'all experiment on Isaac Alarcon, 6'7", 320, playing down inside as a defensive tackle? Is that just much to do about the Cowboys trying to make it right with the international boys, or they really serious about that?
Look at Boss's face. Look at Boss's face. I feel you. And they trying to make it right, Law.
Big Mexico, he's strong though. That joker's strong.
Hey, they trying to make it right, big dog. They trying to make it right.
Trying to make it,
but ain't nothing wrong with you still trying to make a position for them. But they trying to make it right. That's all good though. I'm cool with them trying right.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, that's your boy though. It's Jerry Jones, man. It's Jerry Jones, boss. You gotta let that see if that can work.
I don't want to assume because he's an international player that's why they're doing it, even though that's an easy assumption.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't believe in it just from football. just thinking just out loud about football. I don't believe in it. I think men been preparing for that position their whole life. I think it's almost an insult to think that he could just in 1 year just turn
like
around.
that.
You know what I mean? And do what men been training their whole life to do. If he does it, then he truly a fish in water. Hopefully he is. And if I look at it from a football perspective, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I think that big game, James, dog. What's your guy, man, on the defensive front? They work out with guys through the off season. What's his name?
Oh,
Real
Coach?
truth.
B Tuck, Brandon Tuck.
B-Tuck,
Yeah.
you think B-Tuck can work some magic with him if he's really serious about it? You think that
I mean,
he
if they
can just
really
master one-
serious about it,
no!
hey, if they serious about it, I mean, if they serious about it, that's what they would do, right?
Yeah.
But I feel what you're saying, but that's what they would do if they're serious about it. But I just don't. That is not an easy transition from the offensive line, the mentality, and switch it and go to the defense. It's just different. Like we've all coached and played. You know, it's different. It's just it's different than like you playing a specialty position like corner, receiver, or something like that. I just think it's different going to the line than you're going to likely position like a corner, receiver, a running back. Those type of positions. I just feel like the transition is a little bit harder.
It's too hard. Yeah. It's just too hard. Now, if he official
but defensive line, let me ask y'all two this. Playing defensive line is a whole lot easier than playing offensive lineman, right?
I'll be faking the funk, bro.
I would say it from the perspective because you're doing less as far as on the, let's say if you're playing a one tech or a zero, you know where you're shooting the gap, right? You know you have to hold the position, but you still gotta. He's a big dude. That leverage,
and he
gotta stay low.
That's 6'7". See, people like to talk about that weight. The way they it's how tall. Thank you. It's how tall he is, and the low man win.
Yes, that's hard in the trenches.
He's
like
strong,
you got them rare guys, like
you
got them rare guys. Remember, like John Henderson that used to play with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Henderson and Marcus Stroud. Remember them two big boys? They was both like 6'6". Those were the rare guys, but it's hard to see big men playing that middle. Got to stay low. You feel what I'm saying? Because those guys are going to get up underneath them and move them.
I've never seen it. That's the only thing I can say.
Calais Campbell, man, he's just as big and tall, right?
Yeah, 6'8".
Now,
he been doing his whole life.
Campbell on that one.
But he been doing his whole life though.
Yeah.
He been doing that since he been a slurricane.
Yeah.
Man, you going way back. Yep.
I just think they asking a lot. They asking a whole lot. Now, this is something probably we ain't dealt with, but we gonna deal with it now.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what you gonna pick? Hot Pocket.
All right, so Hot Pocket
is crazy. No, go back to that first clip, man. Go back to he had the clip. Go back to that first line, bro. Just for me one more time.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Hey, right there. Hey.
All right, man. So
that picture with that first part of that commercial was perfect.
It's real though, bro.
Give yourself a perfect right now.
Should I give myself a
perfect?
Perfect. Give yourself a perfect.
I'm gonna clap it up for me too.
Everyone had that
Give myself a
head. Up for yourself. Yeah.
All right, so
we ain't rocking that one no more.
Yeah, that's dead. One more time for the end.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick? Hot Pocket.
So it's amazing.
Sonic boom.
See, boys not feeling that Hot Pocket, bro. You gotta feel Hot Pocket, bro. See, you gotta understand our system.
Frankenstein show.
Say, so
he cut off all his facial hair and everything. He looked like a hatch bird.
We got us a super J. He said because of the front office grabbing players before the teams do. I don't understand that, Shannon. You might be talking about from another comment. I missed it, but let's talk about shows though, bro. Big. See, but this the deal, bro. Just keeping it real though, because this is a debate in the streets. It's a debate in the streets, and I want us to have the final word on it, right? I really want us to have the final word on it. So let's go around the room and let's kind of talk this out, right? Hot Pocket. I'm gonna start with you, Big.
What am I talking about with Hot Pocket?
Well, I mean, whatever you want to talk about. What's your thoughts on him going to the Texas?
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what you gonna pick? Hot Pocket.
Go ahead. My bad. I had to do it one more time, bro. I had to do it one more time. Go ahead, bro. Hot
Coach only got to block me, and then he unblocked me, and then he blocked me back.
Hey,
shout out to show.
You wild, boss.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. That's Hot Pocket, bro. That's what he is.
I'm gonna give shout out to Dalton Schultz. First of all, you got a 1-year deal. I mean, that's kind of tough. I mean, because he was holding out. I guess they offered him a 3-year deal. I heard in the streets, and it looked really. Maybe he didn't take the deal because here was the thought pattern, right? They love First, they love Hendershot. Maybe they signed the deal and that I lose playing time. I don't really play that much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I lose. So maybe that's why I didn't do it. Then maybe there was incentives with it. So he maybe wanted to bank on himself with Houston. All good. I don't feel like I'm gonna not say he's not gonna be missed in Dallas because he is. I'm not gonna sit there and say that because Dalton Schultz had a good career, and at the beginning he did not. We were all saying, I was saying, a lot of people saying why here, and for him to step up like he did in 2020 when Blake Jarwin went down, and he's been consistent. He got better as a blocker. So I miss you guys. I think he will be missed. In my opinion, Dak had a good rapport with them. He was the hot pocket. He was the security blanket here when you need him. So you are going to miss that. So the young guys are going to need to step up. And I felt Schultz was being a good leader as well. So the young guys do have to step up. They have something to, because we're hearing about. I've been seeing in the daggone chat the whole time about Kincaid. About half people in America now want to tie it in and get Kincaid. So there's still going to be pressure on them young guys. You feel me? But that's what I'm talking about, boss. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. But so who knows what can happen? So young guys got to step up at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Well, this is my opinion on Hot Pocket. I think Hot Pocket value was inflated with the Dallas Cowboys because I've been showing this film forever. The thing that made and we came up with Hot Pocket because of Amp the one that came up with that, because he is the best in the option routes where he was finding those soft spots in the zone and sitting down in them pockets. So we were just talking about it one day, and Amp was like, "Man, this dude is a hot pocket." You know what I'm saying? So that's how we came up with that
too.
Yeah. So it's one of those things to where the system to me inflated him. It was exactly what the playmaker said, where he said that basically our system was making our stars role players and making our role players stars. Is it a coincidence that when Kellen Moore was here, he was so much a priority that he was tagged? Then Mike McCarthy takes over play calling, and I double checked this. From my research, they didn't make him even an offer or match the last year's offer. They didn't even match it at all. So they let him go into the free agency market and said, we're not going to even offer you what we offered you last year. To me, that's telling me that he wasn't a priority under Mike McCarthy's West Coast system. He was more of a priority, which makes sense to Kellen Moore's system. So I'm not of the
boss.
Go ahead.
Just listen about you saying. Now I want to ask you this. Just listen to what you're saying now, right?
Yeah.
He didn't fit into the Mike McCarthy mold. Now you know how Mike McCarthy likes his tight ends. He likes them big and he likes them kind of fast. You feel me?
Yep.
Now we're hearing all this talk about the tight end. So you know what I mean? What's your kind of thoughts on that? I didn't mean to, switch it like that.
No,
right?
We can switch it.
But You know, what's
Yeah,
what's
but
your
I'm
kind of
gonna
thoughts
get
on that,
in.
though?
I'm gonna get in on this too.
Yeah, my bad,
Yeah.
Law. I'm jump in there too.
No,
I'm
you
asking
good.
both of y'all. What's both of y'all thoughts on it? Because just bouncing off what these bosses saying, Law, you know, do they really do tight end? Because, you know, I was talking to Mike earlier on the show. Earlier I did. Guy, you had mentioned before, boss, that Avila guy, he's the one, in my opinion. Y'all been talking about him. He's the one to me, but, you know, what's going on with that with y'all two? What's y'all thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, with the tight end in this particular system, what was ran, you're gonna pick your poison. And if it's me going 80 yards down the field in 2021, you know, I'm going to allow Dalton Schultz to have the one-on-one. I'm going to bracket cover CD Lamb, and I'm going to put my best DB on Amari Cooper. So there you go. If he's going to run options and hook routes, then he should eat up the field. So that's what happened, and it inflate his value because now you look at Dalton Schultz and said, hey, look at the numbers. Look at the stat line. Look at when Dak Prescott targeting him. It's 122 passer rating when targeting. He had all great things. And then what happened in 2022, all right, you no longer have an Amari Cooper. So who's your guy that you're going to have to put some guys on? Oh, Schultz and CD Lamb. Everything went down to his lowest level. So, yes, I get it. Dalton Schultz was great at his time for 2021, but that's the only season that we can all look back and say. And on top of that, we shouldn't feel bad. He was on the open market, ladies and gentlemen. 31 other teams passed up on him. And if we feeling salty about it, we shouldn't, because 31 other teams literally looked at Schultz and said, you know what,
Cool.
Let me go get this guy. Let me go get that guy. His price tag is too high. His camp wanted north of what Dallas Goedert got, Mark Andrews got. So he wanted anywhere what Travis Kelce was getting. And excuse me, on the open market, he didn't get that. So if the news was reported was false, that the Cavs didn't offer him the hot pocket, any details of a contract, don't feel bad about it, because 31 other teams didn't give him a single offer until yesterday. The Dallas Texans, Cowboys. The Texans are looking at the Cowboys saying, give me your crumbs, because we want to be close to the Cowboys. They even put a star on one of those little bulls on their helmets, because you know that they idolize the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know how this thing works. So yeah, let him go work. So if Dalton Schultz is as good as he said he is, or believe it, then he should generate those Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Mark Andrews numbers this year, regardless.
Yeah, and Big, that was a fantastic question you had on Mike McCarthy, right? Because you basically saying, with Mike McCarthy going away from Kellen Moore, do you think tight end can shoot up on priority? Hopefully it doesn't, bro. Because I don't trust tight ends in the first round. When I look at the return on investment from tight ends, it's worse than running backs. It's way worse. So when you go look at most of these tight ends, right? Most of the tight ends that we was high on in previous drafts just didn't live up to what they was advertised. That's one point. The second point is they are usually traded away from their original teams even after their first contract, which means they didn't live up to it. And even Kyle Pitts, which was probably the greatest athlete out of all of them, barely got 1,000 yards year one. And that was mostly because Ridley, obviously, you know, because of the gambling thing, was suspended and whatnot. And then he became the primary target, or he wouldn't even started the year off with 1,000 yards as a rookie, you know? So when I look at the return on investment for weapons, it usually comes from the perimeter, right? Because we can say about every year that there's going to be 2 or 3 receivers that's going to break 1,000 even in year one. You know what I mean? But you hardly ever see that happen at tight end. And I know what you're going to say, Law. It's a very hard position to learn, because you got to learn how to block. You got to learn how to read defenses. It's so much to tight end. To me, it's the wrong bet in the first round. But if Mike McCarthy wants it, to your point, Big, I would say this. I would like it if Mike McCarthy really beating the table for it, because Mike McCarthy, if I remember right, when he was using tight ends, he was using them as mismatches in the red zone.
Yeah.
So he'll be trying to get points out of it. So for that, I'll be like, all right, I'll just go ahead and eat it. But for any other reasons, I don't want it.
I feel you because my thing, if you screaming you want to run the ball more, your offensive line is still in flux. I know I want Terrence Steele. I'm still thinking, like I said, those knee injuries, everybody hasn't just come back and started week 1. So we don't know what's up with that. Tyron Smith, he's got to end a contract laden contract. So we already know they don't want to play. So you got to get one of these combo guys kind of early now. I just feel like, in my opinion, you don't have to reach or anything like that because they're plenty. But this would make more sense to hit them trenches, building them trenches. Remember, Law, you were speaking about that in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Build up them trenches.
I'm with Law.
And we get them trenches like that, and then we can you can move wherever you want when you got them trenches tight.
And then check out this comment right here, Big, and then let's go around if y'all don't mind on this. All the great tight ends were not first-round picks.
Right. That's a big gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
You got your draft. If you drafting that tight end at 26, he's got to play right now. He's got to play immediately. He's got to be starting. He's got to be playing immediately, and he's got to be feel me like he ain't sitting. Not a tight end. He cannot be sitting at 20. You got these other guys. He's got to be coming in and starting and being a difference maker now.
Let me say one more thing, Law, because I know you ready to fire. Just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is another thing I keep seeing on tight end. I keep seeing people say Kincaid is an automatic mismatch. No, he not. And most tight ends not automatic mismatches. You know why? Because 70% of defenses are ran in a nickel. 30% of defenses run out of a base. So when it's a base, that's the only time you'll likely get a matchup of a linebacker versus a tight end. Usually he gonna be going against a guy that's handpicked to shut him down. Okay, so what do we do when we going against tight ends? What do we do, Big? We gonna say Jerome. We gonna say curse.
You put that tight. We're gonna put that big safety right on top of him.
We gonna put the
and
big
sit
safety
on him.
That's exactly what we gonna do. So you telling me other teams ain't doing that? So we the only ones do that?
And Dalton Kincaid, for what he did, he is. I see a team that may go ahead and get him, but I just look at it where the Cowboys are picking at the 26th spot. We just got other things that we can utilize more. Yeah. And by leaning on what we got out of the in-room last year out of Peyton Hendershot, who wasn't even drafted, I would look at Will McClay and say, hey, can you find me an option that can help out more than just a pass in the field? I think an offensive lineman can help out 2 levels, the quarterback as well as the running back and some of the wide receivers. Now, granted, a tight end will always be the quarterback best friend. Think of Jay Novacek and Troy Aikman. Think of Gronk and Tom Brady. Think of all of those good guys, even Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But you can find that in the 3rd and the 4th round, or you might already got it out of Jake Ferguson.
Right. Yeah, I just don't see why we so high on tight end. I just honestly don't see it. My boy D.A. Lee say, talk about that running back tag on Pollard. Should that tag get rescinded? Would that be low class?
Nope.
It's business.
Rescind the tag?
Yeah, because the market it looked like we greatly overpaid. When we look at the running back market, it's like now, if I'm Pollard, I would be happy for the tag. When I look at how these running backs getting paid, I'll be like, so should we rescind?
Well, you are. They're not going to. I don't think they are. Yeah. Because I just don't. Jerry and them, I think they don't do that type of stuff. I don't see them doing that. But I feel what you're saying, boss. It's like you're looking at these guys getting like 5-6 million, but we already knew that. We already knew these running backs. There's not a market for those guys like that because whenever you see a 7th round back in the Super Bowl, and whenever you see these 5th and 6th rounders keep doing that, they're going to keep devaluing the position. They're going to pay it no matter what you do. So I mean, I feel bad for the Josh Jacobs, and because he had a better year than Pollard, and he's only making the same amount as Pollard. He should be making more than Pollard, in my opinion, and he's only at 10. So he's getting cut, in my opinion. That's why I don't like the franchise tag. They need to figure out a way to get rid of that thing because I don't feel like it benefits the players at all. Not in my opinion. Yes, Tony Pollard's getting that deal, but what if he gets hurt or something, boss, or doesn't have a good year? That $10 million, what you gonna get on the market next year though?
Yeah, he wumped. Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah, he be womp. Just rescind the tag, give him a deal on the offer, and say, hey, this is a 2 to 3 year deal.
A 3-year
and it's
deal,
on the
2
table.
to 3 year deal can work. You feel me? They can.
It
They can
flat
make
out
that
work for
dog.
you. And make
Flat out
sure
work.
you don't. Make sure his camp don't have the no trade clause on it. You know what I mean? And
How
you
dare
can
he.
work some things
How
out on the
dare
latter
he.
part of it, man.
How dare he?
That boy Big said, "How dare he? How dare
How
was
dare
he?"
he?
How
Yeah.
dare he?
So then, obviously,
Yes,
since we're
indeed.
talking running back, it brings us to the next, obviously, subject that everybody want to talk about: Ronald Jones, right? We hearing about Ronald Jones, and I'm hearing people, and a lot of articles are saying the Dallas Cowboys got the replacement for Ezekiel Elliott. Is he the replacement for Ezekiel Elliott?
They're going to try to replace Ezekiel Elliott with 3 running backs. And I'm not throwing any salt or shade at Tony Pollard, but I'm looking at it like this. When you bring in 3 running backs to do the things and the duties of, hey, we're going to be in this West Coast system, Tony Pollard, he get to eat first, and then they're going to it's going to be a fight. Malik Davis versus Ronald Jones for that second spot, which I don't mind. And then keep in mind, Rico Dotto was ahead of Malik Davis. He was phenomenal in training camp, but he had that drop hip situation. So I look at it like this: iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. And we're not even talking about if they go draft a Dwayne McBride or they go get a Miller or whoever they bring in the draft. They will draft a young running back to help solidify that room. And I would not be surprised that the Cowboys will have 3 to 4 runners on starting day juxtaposed, because we were able to get by and skate by this year and last year with only 2 running backs on the roster because of they leaned on Ezekiel Elliott to be 2 spots, a big back, like a fullback, as well as your every down back who didn't get hurt or injured. So those are the things that they're going to replace, not Ezekiel Elliott just by 1 player, but by 3.
But hey, I want to jump in on that right quick, boss.
Talk to
This
me,
is
man.
what I'm saying on that. Dallas can't be scared, and I don't think they are scared to play with rookies, okay? Ezekiel Elliott came in as a rookie.
True.
He was pretty good, right? Tony Dorsett came in as a rookie. He was pretty good, right? DeMarco Murray. This goes on. We've had tons of a lot of running backs here, that Julius Jones, that rookies and tough. So we should feel okay that the Cowboys will be okay getting a rookie running back and putting them right in the fire. Now, like I said, because I think the Ronald Jones, yes, for, like you said, the committee, he's a bigger type back, because we believe Tony Pollard is not the bell cow. He's not the guy that's going to get the 20 carries. He's not good when he gets 20 carries a game. He's not efficient like that. So you get another guy who's middle, but yes, you focus on that draft and who you're really going to get. I think, in my opinion, they still look for him like maybe a bell type running back now. Maybe if you kept an Ezekiel Elliott with a speed type back. But now without Ezekiel Elliott, and even with Ronald Jones on the phone with TP, and even with you having your boy from Florida, Davis, I still feel like now they look at a bell cow type guy, maybe the 5'11", the 6 foot, 210, 215 type guy that can really kind of do some things, because I don't think you don't sign Pollard now. You're not going to keep Pollard after that.
So check this out. I got, obviously, when you look at my guy, you look at him, Jones, okay? Let me get this out the way. his touches.
Shout out for the support, Q. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that support, Coach. So his attempts is like real bad. 17 for the year. Right now, I said that's possibly not a bad thing though, because that also means he ain't got a lot of, he don't have a lot of wear on his tires, right? So then
he couldn't beat out Clyde. He couldn't beat out Jarek McKinnon, and
but those were faster type backs though. Those were the faster type backs, so maybe that's what they were looking for. That, in my opinion, he's more of a bigger type.
Yeah,
back
they're looking for a veteran guy
between them tackles.
No.
Yeah,
So
go ahead, my bad, boss.
No. I was listening to you because see, that's the issue. Because I want to know what's the background more on this, right? Because sometimes you can be the victim of a deep room, where the room is just talented and you got snuffed out, but that don't mean you can't play, right? So when I looked at his tape, so I got a little bit of tape. So obviously, when you go look at it, most of his attempts came January 7, 2023 versus the Raiders. So we'll take a look at it. Hold on, let me hit the button first. Let me get this right.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
So looking at him as a closeout back, right? So they was closing out this game, and this is when they start giving him his attempts. So I want to get y'all honest to God assessment of what y'all seeing, because I see juice. You know what I mean? Now, and they closing out, but yet I still do see juice, right? Not great, but okay. You know what I'm saying? So on the drive where they know they trying to stop him from running, they kept running him consistently. They ran him 6 times in a row. And he pretty much, for the most part, was moving the pile. What y'all seeing in this?
The feet are turning. The feet are keep moving. Like I said, he can go in between the tackles. That's the main reason why you like him. He can run in between those tackles. And I think that's the biggest thing I see for him. He's not a guy you're really going to run on the outside. I think you're going to run him because that's what Ezekiel Elliott was, right? Look at these plays. They're in the middle. They're in between the tackles. That's what Ezekiel Elliott did. You don't have that now. So this is the type of guy that you're bringing to kind of fill that void until you figure out what you want to do in the draft.
Yeah. And when you look at his ability to run in between the splits, you just want him to pick a lane and get upfield as your third option. If he's the closeout back at 5'11", right at 210, 215, you just looking at that. And on top of that, his best season was the year 2020 when he was with
Super Bowl year.
Leonard Fournette, and they had McCoy, they had over there. So they had a trough of running. So
look at that run.
He know his deal. He's gonna get those yards for you. Now he will play basketball with the football, and EB don't play that over there now that he's over in Washington. But
You
EB,
saying he
Airbnb,
a fumble guy?
he'll ball on the ground I think about 2 or 3 fumbles a year. And last season, none of our backs put the ball on the ground. None of them for the entire year. So those are things that we had to contextualize as well. So I think that in a nutshell, in a shell, you would have Tony Pollard getting the first attempt at the food on the field. Tony Pollard will open it up, and it will be a dogfight between Ronald Jones and Malik Davis, and whoever we absolute draft. Keep this in mind. If it's Bijan Robinson, I feel y'all, but keep in mind, Ezekiel Elliott in 2016, he had to split his carries in the first 2 games with Alfred Morris. It's going to take you time to get on the same page and in rhythm. So even if that will be the same case and scenario, and I doubt it if Bijan Robinson falls all the way to the 26th spot, though. By the way, I'm just bringing that in for context.
So, Law, you say he put the ball on the ground. I'm seeing that he had 4 fumbles in his career. I think you're right, especially in 2021.
As far as loss,
that's a horrible ratio. Just to have 100 attempts, 2 fumbles, that's bad. That's bad. You know,
Yeah.
because if you double those attempts and you double those fumbles, those small fumbles, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed at that. You know, but
Yeah.
it looked like he's kind of good one year on fumbles, then he go crazy the second year, then he's good, then he lose the ball, and you know. So, 'cause I heard you say he dribbling with the ball. So, is he somebody that you think is a risk in ball security?
How he carried the ball, and I don't think that stat shows the fumbles. Like even though those are just the fumbles lost, right? They don't show the actual fumbles completely, right? That
Got
even
you.
though someone else fell on.
So you
right?
okay,
I'll
okay,
dig
I can
those
see what you're
numbers out.
saying.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Cause see, and this is y'all think this is something that's real though that I discovered. Cause I was even looking at some numbers and I'm gonna tell y'all something that's just real. I'm gonna show y'all too. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all something that I discovered myself. I don't have it up here. God dog. I was gonna show where it was an error. You know what I'm saying? So on some of these things, you got to double check this stuff because sometimes this stuff is full of errors. So obviously, when we looking at this free agent list, you know, and judging week 1, my guy was Fowler. So I want to kind of get y'all thoughts on this re-signing of Fowler and just kind of go back and forth. I'll start with you, Law.
I really want us to take and entertain Yannick Ngakwe, but maybe the was too rich for us to pick him up. Yeah, he re-signed. Or what? I think he signed with the Colts or signed with someone. But when you look at Fowler, for the limited amount of attempts that he had, he brought and he produced for us 6 sacks, I think 2 forced fumbles, and 18 solo tackles at his limited time out there on the edge was wonderful for us. He had some what the world moments, but that's what you get when it's your first year, anxieties everywhere and things like that. Shout out to Coach Marv. He hit me up 2 days ago, saying that he was going to get signed, and just because we didn't have a lot of information on it, I didn't go live with it. But shout out to Coach Marv, and he's a lot to the table. And I'm talking about Dante Fowler. I think that this was an excellent pickup for us so that we don't have to go into the first round with the 26th pick to draft a Miles Murphy or anybody else with that pick. Now this helps you still look at BPA, but now you're looking at it like, man, I don't have to go out there and grab an edge guy in the first round.
Absolutely not. What's your thoughts on it, Big?
Oh, I love it. You know I love it. I've been wanting Dante Fowler since I love Dante Fowler since he's came out of Florida.
Yeah.
I liked him when he was at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I've just always had an affinity for him. Always felt like he was a pass rusher. Didn't think he was like anything really else. It was kind of like, remember when we were talking about with Robert Quinn? I always wanted Robert Quinn because I was like, he's just a pass rusher, dog. He can just get to the quarterback. And what happened when he came to Dallas? He got to the quarterback. And that's what Dante Fowler did. He came over here in a short amount of time. He didn't get half this guys did and still ended with 6 sacks. And it wasn't like when you saw Dorrance Armstrong Jr. No, Dorrance Armstrong, I like what he did, 8 sacks. It was a lot of, you got these sacks because other people opened doors for you, got the sacks. Dante Fowler actually whooping guys one-on-one and getting the sacks. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what I'd like.
Yes.
He can actually beat you one-on-one. He don't need no stunts. He don't need no help. He can come on at you one-on-one and actually beat you one-on-one and get the sack. And that's what I love at the table. And he's a veteran. I think he loves Dallas. I think the time he came over here, he already played with Quinn. You see the relationship right there. Great signing. I thought that was one of the big signings that needed to happen for me, especially for the defense. And I love it, and I'm glad what he brings to the table. And like Law, you don't have to go. I don't think they were going to go DN first round anyway, but now you don't feel like, oh, we have to go get one of them guys. Now you, in the middle rounds, you can look in, ooh, we got this guy. He's still here. Let's go ahead and pick him up now.
And so, Coach Marv.
Hey, before you go, also this means a lot for Dorrance Armstrong. Them boys gonna have to fight. Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler. Sam Williams, hey, I get it. He's the guy going into his second year, but DA, contract year. Fowler, this is another contract year because it's a rental. So fight. I love it. Iron sharpen iron.
So, yeah, and this is the thing, obviously, that I love about Fowler. I got this article from Coach Marv, right? So Coach Marv sent this over to me. and it confirmed what my eyes were seeing and what we all were saying on the final word. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I've been saying it, but right now the data really confirms it. Fowler was a better pick than Randy Gregory. Fowler was a better pick than Randy Gregory. Yep, I'm saying it. I'm saying it, and I'm staying by. I stand all the way by. The data confirms it too.
I can feel you on that.
Okay. And I know you wouldn't say that, Big, if you didn't believe it. You'll fight me on something if you think I'm bullshitting, but I'm not. This is the deal. So he got the same amount of sacks as Tank and had way less snaps. Way less. So 3, 4,
and Tank had 3 in one game.
Right. So the person that was going out there making it happen just with limited opportunities was Fowler. You know? So this is the big part. Going deep into the pass rush stats, you found Fowler second on the team with 11 QB hurries, only behind Parsons, and had way less snaps than him. You know?
Yeah.
So when you look,
he's tied for second with pressures with Lawrence, dog.
Yeah, how are you tied with pressures without? What is this saying? Come on now. What is this clearly saying need to happen with Fowler?
Dog, he need to play, man.
He need more reps.
He need to play like he's a legit guy off the edge. Like he's not. And you know what frustrated me, boss? I didn't mean to cut you off, Law. Apologize. But this really frustrates me in the Twitter streets out when, they were talking about negotiating with him. I was excited. People were like, "Oh, he's the 50 in." Why? No,
oh my God.
He's not the 50 in. He is not a 50 in. If you look at his career, he's not a good player.
Right.
Okay?
He got a max contract before.
Like he is a bona fide pass rusher, dog. Like he is a bona fide pass rusher. What are y'all hating on? And he's like 28 years old. Like we got a good dude in here in the back. Dog, we got a guy in the building that really helps this team. Man, it makes this defense like
Big,
I'm excited about that.
We waiting on it. That damn Ben.
Damn Ben, dog. You see certain type of players, right? Y'all know. You Law, boss, y'all know. Y'all see him on the field and you just look at their body type and they say, yeah, he should play defensive end. That was to me when you look at Dante Fowler. When you look at Dante Fowler, you're like, he should play defensive end.
Right.
You get what I mean?
You just look at him.
He's a defensive end. That's the type, the body for him to be able to. He's bendy. He can get around. He can torque like no other. He can set you up. He's fast off the edge. Great. Once again, I'm glad the Cowboys did it, man. And he needs more reps. Yes, I love Sam Williams. I want to see Sam Williams. Yes, I like Dorrance Armstrong. But, man, does this not help us even more, dog? Yes.
Law, you think I'm tripping
it's
on
crazy.
That he better than Randy Gregory? You think I'm going too far with that?
No. I mean, he ain't gonna have that head screwed loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like that. But the craziest thing, if you pull that list back up,
yeah, pull it up.
It also paints a picture that if the Cowboys want to wheel and deal, they got something.
I see what you're
Armstrong is very tradable right now. There should be a team that need edge rush, and you can solidify that situation because Sam Williams, you need to figure out how he can get on the field more, and Fowler and Sam Williams should be getting more and more reps. And if you worry about D-Law getting hurt, then you drafted Chauncey Golston for a reason. And I think that, and I want Chauncey to be kicked more inside, but still, you can draft another edge guy in the mid rounds, and you can trade Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong is Jerry Jones' baby.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And see, I love this coming right here. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Rotex 26, I think you hit this coming out the park. Fowler gets sacks. Armstrong get cleanup sacks. Ooh.
That's the truth. We saw it, especially on those stunts. You saw them open the door for Armstrong. And Dorrance Armstrong, we even saw it ourselves, right? When we came, Law, and Boss yourself.
Yeah.
You can look at certain players, just like when we're talking about Fowler, right? See Armstrong's body type, he's a little more, when you watch him, he's a little more upright, how he plays. And he's just not the super athletic guy. He's just not. You can tell he's just not as athletic as him. So he's going to struggle when he goes against the players, and you can see it when he'll get kind of stoned. See the difference, dog. Like, you can look at players and you can look at both of those types. They have two different types in pass rushing, and Fowler does not need to be set up by somebody else to get his sacks, and that's what you need. That is a pure edge rusher, and that's what you want.
Facts. No, that's all the way facts. You have something else on that, Law?
No, all
All
facts.
right. So this is, so obviously Chuma is the next guy that we brought in. So we want to obviously hear about Chuma. What's your thoughts on Chuma?
Well,
The guard
Chuma
slash
is the guy
tackle,
that got position of flex. He can play tackle and guard, and he was drafted in the 3rd round, I believe, to the Jets. So if you go back and watch the 2019 Jets versus the Cowboys, you see Chuma on the edge blocking D-Law and not allowing D-Law to win anything. So is he the big burly guy? No, he's 308 pounds, 6'3.5", and he's the guy that I believe last year played right at guard, and the Cowboys are probably looking to him to play right at guard again. And when you look back at everything, do the Cowboys need some improvement at guard play? Yes. We still got an unknown spot right there, unless they're going to slide Tyler back inside at guard and keep Tyron Smith at left tackle. You need to find that replacement right now, and that's why they're picking up Chuma, a versatile player that can play guard and tackle.
All right, so question real quick for everybody. Based on where we are in free agency right now, we still early. We're not even done with the first week of free agency. We won't be done with the first week of free agency until Wednesday. So we still in the first week of free agency. So if the draft was tomorrow, what is the Dallas Cowboys doing at pick 26?
Oh, wow.
I'm touching that O-line.
With the 26th pick, the Cowboys
I'm
select
getting that O-line.
DeJuan Jones.
I'm doing back-to-back offensive linemen. What happened with Boss? Remember what happened, what they did back in the day when they built up with Travis Frederick and they built up with Tyron Smith and they built up with Zach Martin. How good was our team when we had that offensive line? How good was our team when we had that offensive line? So you already got a guy that you know is a future piece and is the real deal in Tyler Smith. We know he's the real deal. Seen it. And I rather him tackle. I don't know how they're going to do that. Please keep him at left tackle. That's where he's just going to be great at. But I feel y'all, whatever. But
I feel you too, though. I feel you too.
You feel me?
Totally.
He's going to be great there. Just keep him there, man. Figure that out, man.
I can see where you're saying that, Big. I know it's hard to feel that
tackle
idea, but I also feel you on that. Because he also is he trending right.
He's just so damn good.
Yeah,
he's so damn good. You feel me?
Yeah.
But you had mentioned him, Boss. I think you had mentioned him, and the OC had mentioned him. That Avila kid, man, he's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's what you want. He can play positions right. If you get that offline that's dominant and can pull and can do those type of things, and you can get Tony Pollard and those guys out on the edge, it doesn't know Jones. We don't have the given in Ezekiel Elliott, right? And we know what he could do. So you got to solidify that offensive line for your quarterback and your new running game, because you're still unknown about the running game, right? So what's the best way to help an unknown running game? Solidify your offensive line.
What we doing at 26 if the draft was tomorrow?
I'm looking at offensive line. 4 out of the 5 guys that we had last year moved around on that offensive line.
Facts.
Everywhere else, basically, I know a lot of people saying BPA, and that's best player available in the Cowboys' lenses will be an offensive lineman, whether it be a tackle or guard. They probably look at what Tyron Smith is doing out there and say, hey, you got a contract with incentives, meaning that if you healthy, you get this money. So let's make you a swing tackle. and you're gonna get this money. If you get out there and play, you may not get this money, man. Come on, man. Think about the money, dog. You know what I'm saying? You've been here, and we will call you when you're needed. They're gonna put Tyler Smith back at left tackle. Like, let's not stunt the man growth, and they're gonna figure out a way to fill in that voided spot for guard. And right now, Chuma is a placeholder. They're gonna look at Matt Farniok. They're gonna take a real good look at Alex Lindstrom and all of those boys. But and of course, Josh Ball and Matt Walesko and all of those guys. But let's be real, they still need up at offensive line, or it could be defensive line interior. Those are my things. Those are my thoughts on the 26th pick.
I like that too, Law, because at first I wasn't with you on the defensive interior, but I'm feeling you on that. As they're building a free agent and putting Band-Aids on everything, I'm thinking about what you did on the draft show last week. Now, I'm hearing we need to take a light break. They saying it's close to altogether about 1,500 people watching us live on all our channels, but the likes are way down. Just take a second real quick, everybody, and hit them likes, bro. Just
hit
take
that
a second.
like button, man. Y'all need to go crazy.
Yeah, it's way too many people in the chat and watching live for us not to have.
Shame.
Yeah, and so I feel my boy Bob Heck on this super chat. He said, right now I'm going Broderick Jones because he'll have a better flex than Antoine. Ooh, I agree. In terms of flex, I think Antoine is a better tackle. I think Broderick is a better flex player. I agree with that. And I appreciate the super chat, Michael, for the likes. He the one that let me know is not enough likes. Appreciate that, Michael. And then another super chat. He said 31st in pass block win rate, pass blocking better, and watch Big Mike and D4K go for MVP. I do agree.
Yeah.
Now, this is what's funny though. Law, when we first started the draft show, and Big, when we first started the draft show, what was your original thought at 26?
We were looking at maybe corner, could have been a receiver,
Yep.
could have been running back. Like it wasn't wasn't really interior.
It wasn't interior. That's my point. That's my
really
whole
interior.
point. It's how all of us have, through separate channels, all led to the same conclusion. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, at first, I'm being honest, I was first thinking receiver was going to be the thing that we go after, or weapon,
Right.
at 26. But as I've been researching and looking at this talent more and more, looking at how we building, I'm just like everybody. And it's shocking to see this, because this is true. We don't talk before the final words, either one of them. You know what I'm saying? Very rarely do we get on the phone and talk about what we getting ready to talk about. So to see us going in the same direction in terms of how to really build this team, because that's what I'm saying too, specifically tackle, but I also wouldn't be mad at left guard either, Big.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at. I want somebody with position flex. I mean, Dallas is big on that anyway, right? That's what they want you to be able to play multiple positions. You see it all down the line how they do it on the defense and the offensive side of the ball. So why not get a good position flex on this offensive line, a guy that can play multiple positions? Because you never know. You see how it's huge for Tyler Smith, right? Because we love him at tackle, but he can play some guard too. You feel me? He's an athletic guy, and that's a luxury where you can slide him in at a guard or you can play him at tackle. But for some reason, man, I just want him to stay at tackle. Just leave him there. He's
I can
so
feel you on
damn
that.
good at tackle, though. Oh, dang. Oh,
I can feel you on that. Hey,
they picked a good one right there.
Now, Coach Marv,
They're going to eat in this draft, y'all.
Yeah, we go eat in this draft. We go kill.
We're
this
going to eat in
draft.
this draft. We're going to kill this draft.
And attention to Dan Quinn, who he meeting with. He met with the kid Will
Pass
McDonald.
rushers.
You know.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that right here.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's your
remember-
thoughts
hey,
on that?
Will
Xavier
McDonald.
Hutchinson.
I'm not
Y'all-
home with.
Hey, what was your high level on Sam Williams last year around this time?
I was pretty high on Sam Williams. Yeah,
Is high on Sam.
yeah, I was pretty.
What was
high
your
on Sam Williams.
reservations on
four.
Sam? What was your reservations on Sam, though?
Stiffness.
Mhm.
It was.
What's your reservations on Will McDonald?
Frame.
Both of y'all, you know.
Frame.
He just
small.
light. I like Will McDonald. He's one of my guys that I want the Cowboys to go after. But his frame, he's only like 235.
Yeah, he's
light, but dog, he can give you that edge, though. He can come off the edge.
I love the
and
edge.
here's
I
the
hate
thing:
the frame.
Is he bigger than J Rock?
he can play some. He can play some stand up though. He could, if you can work with him. He can
You
play
see my
some
angle now?
stand-up. Yeah, he can play some
Ooh, I need
stand
to
up,
break
and
that
that's
film
what I
down
think
right there.
Ken is looking at, because you can get him in some stand up, and you can maybe, because if in a 3-4 you can hybrid, you can play some outside linebacker. So I think that's what they may be looking at. He is light, but dog, if you see him in them games coming off that edge, bro, he got
He
that.
nice.
He got that off them edge.
But I'm just being honest. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that
I didn't
frame,
even
though.
It's just the frame. That's it. It's
Yeah,
just
that
the frame.
I feel you. That frame. That frame is scary. But you know what, boss? We've seen a lot of guys lately, especially defensive ends, that coming in not the 260s and the 250s. They coming in at the 245s now. They're not coming in as heavy, and they're being
Can you
productive.
name some names, bro? Cause and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I wasn't even for JOK. Y'all remember that? Remember, I didn't even put JOK in the book.
Oh, yeah.
But based on how Dan Quinn is playing 3 safeties and one of them at linebacker, he would have been ideal. Like, me knowing how Dan Quinn is, I would have put JOK in this year's book, but I didn't then because of his frame. So it's times I can be wrong. I just need help on this. Like, if you, and you can tell me later too, you might not know something off top, you might remember later, but if you remember something, let me know, because it's really only his frame why I don't trust it. Because put it like this, Micah Parsons got beat up.
Yeah, big time now.
So if Micah Parsons got beat up, what's gonna happen to this dude?
Right.
Well, unless they see, hey, we like what you do, J Rock, but we gonna go ahead and get somebody that's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit bigger than J Rock, you know. And I know J Rock is that big nickel, and I know those two different roles.
But
there.
here's the
But
thing: he may
I'm-
it's different though, because he may be a little bit bigger, but he's played that position. That's why it's different. Like Curse can't go down, and even though he may be that not only a little bit smaller, he can't go play DN though. He's built different. So this dude is built, even though he might be smaller, he's built to play it, because that's what he's played. I mean, if you look at him the way they played at Ohio State, they slid him on the inside too. They did a disservice to him by sliding, but they slid him on the inside. He didn't strictly play outside, so I got to give him credit that he did play in the inside at 235 pounds.
Yeah.
But what if I told you that Nolan Smith falls to the 26th spot and he's 230, 235, 236, give and take? Would you be worried about his size?
I'm worried about his size, but I wouldn't care with him because he's such a freak athlete. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't care. I'd be like, just do it. Just, you know, but see,
he's the exception to the rule.
Yeah, he'll be my exception. That speed, bro. It's that speed. We'll be so scary, bro. Bro, we'll be
like,
speed
that package on third down. That package on third down. Oh my God.
Oh my God, bro.
Y'all got fire.
Now the problem with him is I had, in terms of his film, I had like a second round or third round grade on his film. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically putting a big old bet on his athleticism over his film. Just keeping it real.
That's about right to me. That
Okay.
round.
That's what you had too?
Yep.
Whoa,
I didn't think of-
wait,
I
who?
didn't think
For
of first pick.
McDonald?
No.
I had a, for McDonald. I had second round. I wasn't thinking first round because that's that size, man. I think that he's really, really light.
Yeah,
so I
he's
think
light.
you're taking a real as a first rounder with him. You get him in a second or third, it's better for you. You feel better.
Right. I just feel better, just keeping it real. But see, we know to take these serious though, because see, last year everybody was like, they not serious about Sam Williams shit. When Dan Quinn come to see you, he's serious. Yeah, when Dan Quinn come to your house, he not wasting that trip.
I want to ask you guys a question right quick. All right, so I want to ask both of you guys a question because this has been on my head. And I had talked about it earlier. So you got Stepmore, right? Stop. Yeah, he's here. So you got him opposite of Diggs. What do you think about Kelvin Joseph? Do you think he gets cut this year?
I think that with the weight of the pressure and everything on his shoulder, I think that's melting off. I think that, kind of like toward the latter part, right when we got into the postseason, we heard less and less of his off-field stuff. The only thing that really kind of get in the way with Kelvin Joseph is the rap stuff. It's like, come on, man. And I'm not trying to dog the man music, but I can't even listen to like a few bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, can y'all put a few bars down in the chat of what he even talking about? It could be the new style or the flavor that the young kids do, but Kelvin Joseph, he got that attached to it, plus the whole crime situation. It just really tainted him in a bad light. He probably need to go to another location, a low-profile location, but he'll be fighting for life this year, and there will be an immense amount of release of pressure because he will be more knowledgeable, because you got to give more here, because you can literally say no excuses, because look at how Bland played. He was a rookie last year. What's your excuse, Kelvin Joseph? You need to stand tall, because Nashawn Wright, come on, man. He beat out all of those boys for that spot. Remember, Boss and Big Game, they said that they're going to compete for that starting DB role, and he beat out all of them just to lose it again. So it's going to be an immense amount of pressure, but he should be able to stand tall. We will know everything we need to know about Kelvin Joseph for the 2023 season if he's going to be here.
I would say it depends on Kelvin Joseph.
There you go.
It depends on him, big. So I would just pray that he's wise enough to not look at this wrong, because if he looking at this right, this is actually an opportunity for him. You get a chance to basically shadow and mirror. If I was him, I would follow Gilmore to the bathroom. That's how attached I would be to his greatness. If Gilmore was using the bathroom and was doing the number 2, he wouldn't even have to get tissue if I was the corner.
Wow.
I would be like, here's your tissue, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's how attached I would be to this level of greatness. So if he's wise, he should compete to try to take out Gilmore. He should always think, in my opinion, that he's better than Diggs. Don't play no sport if you don't think you can be the best at it. You know what I mean? So go in there to take both of their jobs, but be gracious to know that you're behind greatness and learn from it and follow greatness. If you over here all in your damn feelings because we got Gilmore, where you don't get the value of having this level of corner in your presence, you should get cut. Just keeping it real. If you don't have that common sense, and I'm going to say this again, if he was using a number 2, I would be right next to him in the stall saying, whenever you finish, I got some tissue, because me and you got to get back out here and work. I want all the work I can get out of you, because we going to only have you for 1 year, and I want to be great when you leave. That would be my answer, Big.
And craziest thing of it, he might be the most athletic DB on the team. I'm telling y'all.
That's the part.
Oh, I haven't disagreed with that, because when I went to camp, and actually, because I've never been high on him. I just never have. But when I went to camp and saw the athletic ability, I'm like, man, that's some real athletic ability. But I don't know.
Well, hopefully he grow up big. You feel me? Just hopefully grow up, because it don't look like he growing up. Just keeping it real. I always say,
but you know what? Well, my bad to cut you off.
No,
but
you good.
Izzy went to South Carolina, right?
Yeah. Gilmore
he went to
South Carolina, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So Izzy, he came into the league saying that I am the best DB in this draft, and I'm gonna make y'all believe it.
Yeah. So
now I promise you, Izzy had to look up to Gilmore, and if he probably be following Gilmore to the rescue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he probably ain't gonna wipe his ass, but he for sure gonna have the
I
soap
ain't
out
say that either,
and
though.
be ready
I
to
ain't
wash
say wipe
his
his
head.
ass.
Like, he was
I ain't say all that
I
now.
ain't say that.
Wait, long. You might have
Oh,
misheard
hand
me.
in the
You
back.
might have misheard me. I just hand him the tissue. I ain't say I'm gonna wipe his ass, long. Now, come on now. Wait, long. Hold on, big dog. Wait, hold on. I gotta find a button for long. Long tried to get me caught up like I wipe ass over here. Nah, it ain't no ass wiping, dog. It's just listen, dog. Hey, wait. You see how Long tried to sneak that in on me, dog?
Wait a minute.
Long tried to sneak that in on me. No. Pause.
Hey,
No.
Hey, real talk. I went to one of these fancy restaurants one time, man, and they had a dude standing in the restroom. It was odd to me. I'm from Mississippi, man. They don't have that in Mississippi, right? And somebody dropping just some loaves up in there, and the dude is there. Right. And I said, man, and he had a little basket, dog, with the cologne, with the doggone soap. You know what I'm saying? So you wash your hands, and he just sitting there looking the whole time with the straight face. I'm sitting there like, God bless those type of dudes. So it'd be that guy, Izzy and Boss Man Fat or Kelvin Joseph, be that guy. Right?
We say sometimes we got too many
See, I
butts,
cleaned,
bro.
I
We got
cleaned
too
that up
many
just
butts.
a little bit, right?
Yeah, you cleaned
cleaned
it
it
up a
up
little bit,
a
bro.
little
We
bit,
got
right?
too many butts. Sometimes there's just too many butts, bro. But did it fit the context perfectly, bro? You was talking about being in the bathroom, so as you was giving your illustration.
Oh my God.
Damn. Hey, Coach Marv, listen, Coach Marv, you got a super chat. I forgot about it.
Oh man.
Coach Marv is
Oh,
sending us
man.
into the draft. We ain't gonna go there quite yet, but Coach Marv is in his bag. Y'all make sure y'all come back Thursday for the draft show, because we got some
Yes.
fire, because that draft show getting better and better. Better, believe
Yeah.
me. So Coach Marv, and I agree with what he said. Coach Marv said that I think we get to the point to where we could even move down. I'm gonna pause on that though. I'm gonna pause because we'll come back to that on the draft
I don't
show.
want to do that.
Yeah,
It
because
could.
we go get.
I don't want to do that.
We'll talk about that Thursday.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about some
Thursday.
draft.
How many
stuff.
rounds we going? 3 or 4? How many rounds we going Thursday? 3.
I'm down to go all 7 now, bro.
We
I'm
can do
down
7
to go
now.
all
Who
7
cares?
now, bro.
Let's be
Homework.
dangerous.
Y'all gonna
Let's
whoop my
go, bro.
Be
Let's
dangerous.
go all
Homework.
7 on this thing. dog.
Homework on 6.
Yeah, we
Because we only got one pick all the way through now,
homework.
right?
Yeah.
We only got one pick all the way through now, right?
Jeez.
we got 7 picks.
I go last, man. I go
That's
last,
perfect.
man. He put me on last order.
Yeah. But I saw it was fast the last time. Yeah, somebody said, "Damn, boss, I'm eating right now. My bad, bro. My bad. Bro. Just cover your
Yeah, that
ears,
would be
dog.
bad.
Cover your ears.
I don't know why he asked that. I knew you was gonna do that again.
Why you? Don't tell me that, bro. I would mess up your food, bro.
Right, he gonna do it again, dog.
Oh, man.
All right, man, my bad, bro, my bad. All right, all right, so real quick, man, let me make sure all right, so we pretty much covered everything. So let me get to these
What's the final word, man?
Yeah, let me get to these final words.
Yeah, you
No
gotta
boo-boo and all that noises and all that, man.
After that one, you got to go straight to the shower, man. You can't just be hanging around.
Especially when you hear them butt cheeks clapping.
Wait a
You can hear the claps in that butt cheek, bro. You can hear it. Just
Throw them draws away, man. Just Joseph Randall, those draws, man.
I know
Throw them
boys over
things
here
away,
like, why
man.
do you even have that button, bro? Sometimes,
I would
trust me, when you start a show, you will need a fart button. Trust me, you will,
Oh, my
because somebody
God.
will fart.
Man, That one
Somebody will
going
fart.
down the leg, man. Throw that one away, man.
My
Oh,
boy
that's
F say,
terrible.
what's going on with Tank McKinley? I looked up Tank McKinley, bro. Before we do our final word, man, what y'all think about
not doing that.
Tack?
I'm not doing nothing with him.
Oh well.
I ain't mad at him, but are they? You know, I feel like they're gonna go in the draft, and I mean, I think if he's around, okay. If not, they're okay.
Yeah, that's what I
think
say.
that's what
With
they think about
Fowler,
him.
that kind of addresses, and then because Amp asked about him yesterday, it made me do some research. They only signed him for a 1-year contract, very little money. So I'm not hearing anything. I was hoping that he was on a 2-year contract because he wasn't even on the free agent list. I was just curious about him. But all right, so final words. So the Dallas Cowboys are doing what I really thought they was going to do. I really felt strongly that they was going to crush free agency and the offseason. I'm kind of used to this. We all should be honestly used to this by now. I think, especially if they crush the draft, I think we got to get to a point where we just say, you know what? We good at getting talent. It's about what happens to the talent when they get here. Because at this point, I blindly trusted them. I was like, bruh, they go wreck it. That's why I was saying, and I am drinking this Kool-Aid, that we getting to the point. Yeah, I'm drinking this Kool-Aid. What I'm getting ready to say.
What percentage? What percentage of alcohol in it?
None. It's all
50.
water and sugar, big dog.
Wow.
It's logic.
Ooh.
When I say what I'm getting ready to say, I would be disappointed if we don't win the Super Bowl. I mean that. I think we positioned right. We got good leadership with Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn. We are making a whole bunch of common sense decisions. I didn't think we was gonna get rid of Kellen Moore. We did. I didn't think we would get rid of Schultz. We did. You know what I mean? I'm watching us do things I didn't expect us to do. And on top of that, hold on, let me show this real quick, because remember, people laugh when I showed this, but remember this?
Same offense, or will you go back to what Mike used to run in Green Bay?
It will be, I'm sure, with added nuances of the times, but more importantly, the personnel.
So did he keep his promise?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he kept his promise. He said more importantly, this personnel was going to change. So did the personnel change? Yep. Are we already having more than what we had with Kellen Moore? Yep. You said it in 2022, you was not delusional, and you damn sure ain't delusional about 2023. The Dallas Cowboys are doing football decisions in front of our face. What we got to remain to see before I super duper absolutely just get drunk on the Kool-Aid, I got to see how this play out on the season. But from their offseason moves, I'm believing it. Cause I be damn if Philly go be the only people that can watch their offseason moves and get excited and start making predictions of what they're gonna do, but we can't. And I'm not gonna let these haters try to tell me how to feel about my damn team either. If I'm looking at what we're doing and they're doing exactly what I want them to do, they going out there getting the free agents, aren't they? They're active in week 1 of free agency, aren't they? We good at drafting, aren't we? We got the right coaches in place, don't we? Shit. So why can't I believe? That's my final word.
No doubt. I think you may have lost Big Game James because I had to refresh to get back in. So
I really want to hear this final
yeah,
word.
Man, God
dog, I want to hear this boy fight a word. I know he was gonna go. Ooh, go ahead, Law.
I know he was gonna go on, man. The system kept buffering on, and I bet that's what happened to the OC.
It kicked him out. You think he kicked him out?
It kicked him out. I was wondering. I said, man, what happened? I wonder what's going on, man. The Jones fact. I didn't hear a word of it, by the way. So I heard it was from Fire, but I didn't hear a word of it.
You didn't hear my final word, big dog?
Dog, I didn't hear a word, but man, you sound like whatever you said. I came in right at the end, and it sounded like you had some fire over there, man.
I meant every word of it, bro. Basically, in a nutshell,
so I'm gonna go back and rewind on my show.
In a nutshell, I'm basically saying we are building to the point to where I expect us to win the Super Bowl, basically.
Yoga fire.
Oh, I heard when you said that you would be mad if we don't win the Super Bowl.
I will be upset because the NFC is weak. The quarterbacks are leaving, right? It's like so much says that we should, and that's all I'm saying is it's logical to think like that too. It's not where you're delusional. It's logical. You got a top-ranked defense that's getting better. Your offense is improving, and your coaching is improving. We should expect it.
Yeah. Well, what I can say is I'm drinking the Kool-Aid as well.
Hold on.
Oh, you got Big, but go ahead.
Yeah, we got your last Big. I mean, we got your last line.
Okay. Oh, let me just jump in here right quick. My final word is this. Just bouncing off what Boss Cowboy said about the change. I said, are the Cowboys, I'll be serious if they do this. Well, remember when we were all talking about if they're going to get rid of Jalen Smith? Started with Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
We didn't think that was going to happen.
Right.
And then even with Ezekiel Elliott, and then with some of the players, the shuffling of the offensive line, we hadn't seen that. You got players, they weren't performing. You cut them in midseason. And then, like I said, the biggest thing was I didn't think that Kellen Moore was going to be gone. So that right there to me signified, okay, there'd be some all-inness, and I'm cool with that. I like that. And also, to me, it leaves no excuses for nobody.
None.
You know, now you got what you wanted, right? You got what you wanted. We're getting you some offensive guys. We're getting you some defensive guys. Hey, we got rid of the coordinator. We didn't want it to happen, but we're letting it happen. So, really, Mike is betting on himself, and the Joneses are saying, here, we're letting you bet on yourself. We're going to give you all the stuff so you can bet on yourself. So now Mike McCarthy, for real, you got to show you why you was that guy that won that Super Bowl over in Green Bay and won all those games over and got the championship and things of that nature. Now you really got to show that coachiness right now, because it is all on. He put it all on him. Dallas gave him it looks like they're giving him the tools, and I like this because like Dak says, with pressure is privilege.
Yep.
And here's the pressure.
Here's the pressure.
But you want to be that guy that you said you want to host a trophy in both organizations. I feel like the Cowboys have helped you to be able to do that. And now what you going to do with it? And that's my final word.
Brilliant final word, Big Game James, and brilliant final word to you as well, Boss Cowboy, with the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking Kool-Aid too. Just put a little Henny in mine and let's get this show on the road, man, because all I can say is with Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones, they surprised me in the best way possible. They got Gilmore. I wanted the Cowboys to get Gilmore 6 years ago. On this channel, I posted a video. I'm right 6 years later. You know what I'm saying? It just took a long way for us to get there. When we look at all of this, we got Brandon Cooks. We got D. Lamb now. Both of those guys on this team should be able to work his magic. I get it. You know, when we think of Brandon Cooks, you think of the height, the size, but I'm looking at the mentality too. The man is a dog nasty mentality. If you look, that's what we accustomed to. We used to banging on the table and not said player, right? So that's nothing new for the nation. So now we got at least Brandon Cooks. Is he better? Y'all said it with me. Then James Washington. Yes, indeed. He's better than him. So organically, we are better than what we were last year because we don't have to lean on Noah Browns of the world. So now we got some solidified, qualified wide receivers on the outside. And whatever we do far as a collective on this team, we will not see button hooks. Put button hook in the chat. We will not see button hook here and there and everywhere.
Hell
we
no!
won't see curls anymore. So now we should see principles of football back in Big Day, baby. So that's my final word for y'all. Let's go.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
Now, Dallas. If you want the Cowboy Nation to shut up forever, go get Bobby Wagner.
Oh, yeah. I'll take 3 shots and hit it.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make a deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda
Good
check
show,
this out.
fellas.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe.
Say that one more time, Law.
No. They talking about the Niners. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl if they don't see the Niners
Man, get out
in
of
the
here,
playoffs. I can't stand them Niners though.
Man, them Niners,
We gonna
man.
beat them
You Niners, y'all need to stop choking. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all messing up everything, man. You know what I'm saying? You Niners, y'all need to just do better. I'm just kind of really sick of y'all, period.
You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby
Shout out to
girl,
the Niners, though, man. Hopefully we see y'all again. We gonna slap you in your mouth this time. Real talk.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Get mad